Good morning, everyone.
Okay.
I think I've got some interesting things this morning, not long. Got some rather terrible news and got some pretty good news. So we can see all the problems and we know how to get out of them. So first of all, we haven't talked about education for a while and what's going on in the schools with the transgenderism, parents having no say in whether their children want a transgender, schools where kids are identifying as cats, with kitty litter in the classroom, lapping up milk from saucers. And so I want to name and shame a school. It's a while since we've done that, but I want to name and shame Mackay State High School today. I have been speaking to a parent, so this is evidenced. Vaping at Mackay State High School is rampant, absolutely rampant. We know the dangers of it. So the child of this mother doesn't want to go and use the school toilets because all the doors have been kicked in, there's no privacy, and there are so many kids in there vaping. So this child asked for an alternative and was told to use the transgender toilet. So that's what the kid did, until he then started getting teased for, being different. And now this child simply does not go to the toilet at school because there's no safety, there's no privacy in the toilet, getting picked on if he uses the transgender toilet. Now, this is insane. Yes, the mother has been up to the school, as have many other parents, with absolutely no positive response whatsoever. This is Mackay State High School, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. So I have heard from a lot of parents whose children will not go to the toilet at school. I literally have. How healthy is that? That is just wicked. But you can't even send your kid to school and know that the child can go to the toilet? Got to hang on all day? That is so disgraceful. Me, I could go on forever about schools, and I have in the past, but we'll keep it at that. They have a group of girls who wear collars with spikes on them, with one or more, I don't know the number, identifying as cats and one identifying as a dragon. So this child of the mother I was speaking to, we've got the collars with spikes. If he doesn't wear white socks, in trouble for wearing the wrong colour. Get that? Come on. And yet you can wear a collar with a spike and lap milk from a saucer. It's insane. It is truly insane. People out there, you've got to start listening. You've got to start taking notice. Don't just sit on your backside in your lounge room and watch the speech. Do something. We can. As a nation and as a group of people, we are doing something. And we can go even further. So, if you're a good speller, you can work this sentence out. But where are the principles of the principles? Where are their principles? What are they thinking? Where are their values? Where are their standards? I know as a school principal, I stood up and I was told I had to keep my principal's hat on and not look at all this stuff before I retired, and I wouldn't do it. I had colleagues who thanked me for what I was doing, but didn't have the courage to do it themselves because they knew they'd never get another promotion. This is disgraceful. Rightio, the elections. Oh boy, where do you start with that? We personally and firsthand have witnessed corruption in federal, state and local council elections. We have sent irrefutable evidence to the Electoral Commission of Queensland and to the Crime and Corruption Commission. Both of their responses is nothing to see here. You haven't got enough evidence. How much do you have to have? Where does it say you've got to have 500 words or 2,000 words? Evidence is evidence. So corruption is rampant in these elections. Get this is the latest we'll hear a lot more about the corruption of this election. Yesterday, the candidates were told that the ECQ has handed out the wrong forms for scrutineering, and they now need to have another form signed. So scrutineers, as we know, are invaluable. They are watching the count. Okay, so a request was sent to the ECQ. Can we please use them for this election? No. You get the new form or you don't scrutineer. Now, the other problem with that is the candidate has got to sign the scrutineering form. And I know this from experience. They can't sign a whole lot, or they can't sign one and have 500 copies. Because if you take one in with a photocopied signature, you can't go, I know, because that happened to me. Oh, that's photocopied, can't use that, you've got to get the signature of the candidate. So how are the candidates going to get around all their polling booths and sign all new scrutineering forms? And they were told yesterday. Is that corruption? Big time, yes. Big time, and a planned ploy to get rid of scrutineers, in my opinion, and I think it's pretty black and white. It's disgusting. Okay, so I came across something, and I think this is really good. It's just, I'll call it the dirty glass window. We see when we look around so many discouraging events. We see what's happening to our poor little kids in the schools. We see what's happening with the corruption in the election, with housing. We've got stuff here from people who are homeless in Mackay. So many people homeless. So the cost of living, the new laws that are being made while government's in caretaker mode. Nothing's meant to happen when you're in caretaker mode, but a law was still passed. Laws being passed at 2 a.m, so the minor parties don't know and won't be there. Like, it's crazy. There are so many things that could get us down. So now imagine gazing through a dirty window into this gorgeous sun-drenched garden. Beautiful garden. Flowers blooming, colourful. So we've got that in front of us. If we gaze at the mirror, we can't see the garden. If we just look at the mirror and think, oh, it's filthy, I wish Jason would come and wash it for me, as he did with me, my kitchen, thank you. We miss the exquisite beauty of the garden. So we can look through that dirty, overwhelming window and see the spectacular beauty of the garden beyond us. We can train ourselves to do that. So many are so overwhelmed that they can't see beyond our present conditions. They just can't. And that's, you know, these are the people who need to realise there's something beyond that dirty window. The possibility of change can unnerve us. We've been programmed for centuries. It's taken us centuries to get us to this point where a lot of people just can't even think. So we need to train our minds to look through the dirty window at the garden and create that energy that, you know what, that's where we're going. We are not going to just look at this dirty window. We're going to focus on that. We're going to get it cleaned up. But until we do, we're going to focus on the beauty and the joy and the hopefulness and the love that's beyond that window. I would encourage everyone who listens to these videos, and there are obviously a lot of them, come down on a Saturday morning at Blue Water Quay and hear a lot more about what we're doing and where we are going. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tine.